Welcome to a short demonstration of installing the backup client. First of all, you'll need to run the setup MSI file that you will have received from your supplier, and then just quickly run through the setup wizard, accepting the default values. Just a note on the setup MSI file, you may find that the file name changes slightly depending on the naming convention used by your supplier. Setup does take a few seconds to run, and while that's running through, I'll just let you know what else to expect from this demonstration. Next we'll be looking at the account creation wizard that allows us to create a backup account on the storage platform for your computer, and after that we'll look at creating our first backup selection and running our first backup. So hopefully we'll get all of that done in around about 5 minutes. So right now we've just got a few more seconds to wait for this software installation to complete. There we go, we're nearly done. Yeah, great. So click finish and that will launch the backup client and take us straight into the account creation wizard. Great, so I do want to create a new backup account. Backup account name, home PC, is actually the name of my PC, and that's a great account name, so I'll leave that at the default value. Account password, we'll just enter something in here. And we also need to specify an encryption key. Just a quick note on your account password and encryption key. You should store the password and encryption key in a safe place, and ideally not on the computer itself. The password that's used to protect your backup account on the storage platform from unauthorized access, and in an emergency this can actually be reset by your supplier. However, the encryption key is stored on your own computer, and it's used to scramble your backup data so that nobody else can ever access it. So if the encryption key is ever lost from your computer, for example if your computer fails and it's replaced, then you'll need to re-enter your original encryption key in order to restore your data. So please keep your encryption key safe. Well, that said, we'll click next. Here we can adjust some internet connection settings, but the default values again will be fine for most people, so we'll click next again. Now we get to choose our backup schedule. So by default we've got daily automatic backups at 7 PM. Well, that sounds great to me, so I won't change that, and we'll click next. Now the backup client does use some temporary storage space on the hard drive in order to cache data, and the default location, the C drive, should be fine for most people again, so we'll click next and next again. So now the account's being created, and there we go, we have a 1 GB account created on our storage platform. Click on OK to close the account creation wizard, and we'll maximize the backup client. Righty, now what we see here is we've got our backup selection window open, and we can see we have a default selection of my documents. And interestingly, if we right click on here and we look at filters, we've got this filter enabled for Microsoft Office documents. So the default behavior here is to back up all Microsoft Office documents that reside inside my documents and any subfolders. And that's really nice, but in my case I'd rather back up everything inside my documents because I want to get all of my my music and my pictures, etc. So if I click on include folder here, notice how that little blue arrow has disappeared. That means that everything inside my documents is now being backed up. Now our next backup will run at 7 p.m. but I want to run a backup right now, so I can just click on this backup button here, and this starts the backup process. And just while this is running, I'll just mention that there are a number of different ways that you can configure your backup selection. And if we look over here on the right, we've already got some product help on the screen, and that's well worth a quick read. It tells you all about the colors and the icons on the left, and how to select different types of data for backup. So it takes a few seconds here for the backup software to calculate what actually needs to be sent across to the backup server. Here we go, it's kicking itself into action now. And I don't have a lot of data in my My Documents folder. As you can see, it found 14 new files, and there we go, it's complete. Backup ran in 57 seconds and it was successful. So that's it. That completes the demonstration. So thank you for watching.